We live in a world where the words diversity and inclusion are everywhere. In workplace, in schools, in communities, there's constant talk about equality, about how every person, regardless of their gender, race, caste, or background, deserves the same opportunities and respect. And yet, if we are really honest to ourselves, how much have we truly changed? If you've ever lived in a country different from where you were born, you've probably felt this a bit more. Maybe people assumed you weren't as smart because of your accent. Maybe they judged you based on your skin color. Maybe they even made you feel like you didn't belong. Or even within our own countries, haven't we seen this? A high-paying job or a white-collar job is clearly respected a lot more, but a cleaner is looked down upon. A rich man is welcomed with open arms, but a poor man may not necessarily receive the same treatment. We say we're modern, but these divisions are still very real. But here's the surprising part. These are not new conversations. This debate about inclusion, equality, and discrimination, it was written about 600 years ago by a man named Annamacharya. And he put it all into a beautiful song, Brahmam Okate, a song that carries a truth so powerful that if we actually lived by it, the world would be a much kinder place. Welcome back to Curious Pri, where we bring you stories and lessons from our history that are extremely relevant in our lives today. Today we're diving into this very song, Brahmam Okate. Let's get started. So Annamacharya wasn't just a poet, he was a disruptor. He dared to question what people blindly accepted. Born in around the 1400s in Andhra Pradesh, he was a devoted follower of Lord Venkateshwara. But unlike many religious figures of his time, he didn't really believe God was meant only for a certain class of people. He saw this injustice around him, how temples had separate entrances at the time for people from different parts of the society, and how the society was really divided between high and low, and how power was in the hands of very few. And he rebelled through his songs. He wrote that in the eyes of the divine, all are equal. That kings and beggars, priests and outcasts, humans and animals, everything and everyone are part of the same oneness. For this, he was persecuted. The temple authorities tried to silence him. But legend says that when they shackled him, the chains broke on their own as if the divine itself was proving him right. His message survived. And today, we explore one of his most powerful kritis, Brahmam Okate. Today, we're going to revisit a few paragraphs from this song and understand its meaning and its relevance in our times.
Tandananahi, tandanana puri, tandanana bhala tandanana. Tandananahi, tandanana puri, tandanana bhala tandanana, bhala tandanana, bhala tandanana. Brahmam Okate para, Brahmam Okate para. Brahmam Okate para, Brahmam Okate, Brahmam Okate para, Brahmam Okate para, Brahmam Okate para, Brahmam Okate.
The key phrase here, Brahmam Okate, means there is only one divine reality, one ultimate truth, no divisions, no separation. Strip away all those labels around religion, caste, nationality, race. What are we left with? Just people, just life, just existence. The same energy flows through all of us. But we don't live like this, do we? We create differences when none exist.
Antariki Sri Hare Antaratma Kandu Baduhina దిగములిందులేవో అందరికి శ్రీహరే అంతరాత్మ హరే అంతరాత్మ శ్రీహరే అంతరాత్మ ఇందులో జంతుకుల మిల్దానొకటే అందరికి శ్రీహరే అంతరాత్మ ఇందులో జంతుకుల మిల్దానొకటే అందరికి శ్రీహరే అంతరాత్మ హరే అంతరాత్మ శ్రీహరే అంతరాత్మ.
This para is even more beautiful. Annamacharya is actually challenging something we struggle with today, the illusion of superiority. Think about how we measure people, their job, their title, their salary, their connections and their network. We decide someone's worth based on all the external things. A CEO gets treated with respect. A housekeeper is probably ignored. But when they both go home, don't they have the same human emotions, the same worries about family, the same need for love and respect? And here's the irony. We talk about inclusion and diversity in corporate settings, yet we still unconsciously judge people by their background, their education, or their social class. Annamacharya's verse reminds us at our core we're all made of the same divine essence, and no amount of wealth or power changes that.
నిండార రాజు నిద్రించు నిద్రయునొకటి అండనే బంటు నిద్ర నదియునొకటి నిండార రాజు నిద్రించు నిద్రయునొకటి అండనే బంటు నిద్ర నదియునొకటి మెండైన బ్రాహ్మణుడు మెట్టు భూమి ఒకటే చండాలుడుండేటి సరి భూమి ఒకటి మెండైన బ్రాహ్మణుడు మెట్టు భూమి ఒకటే చండాలుడుండేటి సరి భూమి ఒకటి సరి భూమి ఒకటి సరి భూమి ఒకటి.
This verse here makes a very powerful observation. Sleep comes the same to a king and to a servant. It doesn't matter if you sleep on a silk mattress or a stone floor. When you close your eyes, your mind takes you to the same world. Your wealth doesn't follow you into your dreams. How beautiful. The ground a rich man walks on is the same ground a poor man walks on. The earth doesn't treat them differently. We do. Pain is the same too. If a child in the palace falls and scraps his knee, it hurts just as much as a child in a slum does. The human body doesn't differentiate. Yet, society decides who deserves comfort and who doesn't, who gets an easy life and who struggles. But Annamacharya reminds us joy and suffering are universal. No one is exempt, and that realization should make us more compassionate towards each other. We talk about equality today like it's a new concept, like it's something modern civilization has finally understood. But the truth is, this wisdom has existed for centuries. We just chose to ignore it. Annamacharya's Brahmam Okate was a message of inclusion and diversity long before these words even became corporate slogans. The world will not change overnight, but if we as individuals can start seeing through these illusions of division, maybe, just maybe, we can take a step towards a more equal and compassionate world. Until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.